If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/VillageXchange. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener.
Blood Ceremony is up next. Our DJ says...
Hit like, villagers. Also, if you're watching us on Twitter and we see that you did a retweet of us, you will be put in a drawing for a free song. We continue.
Some more Blood Ceremony from the Old Ways Remain 2023 album. This is Powers of Darkness. Let's check it out.
All right, Powers of Darkness. Should be interesting considering the conversation we just had.
All right.
Powers of
Let's
Darkness, Blood Ceremony with the lyrics on the video. Let's do it, baby.
I once read that names which begin with the letter S are the names of snakes.
This is an official song.
When the light begins to pale, see the dance of the threshers wail. Nature had a lovely time. Lately, it comes in waves, it comes in sight. Its ebb and flow is like a water tide. Now the sky is falling, something from the voice calling, whispering a promise of strange delights. Powers of darkness rise. Let the night come alive. Powers of darkness rise. Raise your hands to your mother's side.
It's like Ghost.
Winter's got her coming just the thing. Well, she hasn't been on time. Lately, the end is ever drawing nigh. Without light, life's not easy on the eye. Take your leave, find us where the shadows meet. What awaits us on the other side?
Okay, so that was obviously influenced by Ghost,
That's what I thought too.
right?
I
Like-
thought 100%. I'm like, this is a
That's-
female
that's-
ghost.
That's Ghost thing, right? Where you,
Sort of dark but happy, sort of like.
it's like the 60s type music, but like you're singing to Satan, so it doesn't, you don't really catch what's going on.
I was looking for Ghosty, but
Yeah, he's looking for Ghosty.
I don't know where he went. He's on vacation, I guess. No, here he is.
This sounds like something witches would listen to. Yeah, there goes Ghosty. Yeah, yeah.
So cute.
This was Ghost, man. Like that was.
Oh my gosh, you know what's so cute? Our kids were like messing around on Etsy, I guess, looking for different things, and they came across these
Oh, yeah.
plushies, yeah. And they were like, "Hey, doesn't that kind of look like that thing you guys have in your, when you guys stream?" I said, "Oh yeah, that's him. That's them." It's
That's
like
them.
I can't remember the Dark Lord Emporium. I can't remember what the name of the crew is, but he makes some really cool little characters.
All right,
Anyway.
guys. Here we go. Powers. We're talking about the powers of darkness arising.
Yeah, those. Oh, okay. All right.
What?
Well, sometimes I like overthink stuff probably, and I assume that the people that are in the music video are the actual vocalists, and so they just seemed so young. But now I see that no, the band members are not. That's not the children that were in the videos.
All right.
When the light begins to pale, see the dance of the threshers fail. We've all had a lovely time lately. Is this it?
Yeah. I don't understand what they're saying. The dance of the thresher's flail. What is the dance of the thresher? Is that like?
I mean, I thought of a threshing floor.
farm stuff.
Yeah, that's when they beat the seeds.
Yeah, this has got to be about like the Black Plague period, right? Ghost is a band that like this is what they do. Like it sounds like the 60s, like 60s love songs, but the entire time he's talking to Shaitan.
Right.
So
That's really, Steve. During the song, I could see my 72-year-old mother dancing when I was a small child. That's cute. That's really cute.
okay. We sure had a lovely time lately. So when the dance of the threshers flail, so I think what's happening there is probably there's some sort of famine that's happening.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, because maybe it's the way of saying that the harvest was not very good this year.
Okay.
It comes in waves, it comes inside, it ebbs and flows like a lunar tide. Now the sky is falling. Something from the void is calling, whispering a promise of strange delights.
This is what I mean. Watch those voices.
Powers of darkness, rise! Let the night come alive. Powers of darkness, raise your hands to the mother of sighs. Both Ghost and Blood Ceremony formed in 2006. So Neil is saying they came up like almost literally at the same time. So they both had the same idea at the same time, I think is Neil's point.
That's wild. Okay.
I think.
But I mean, I definitely thought that immediately when we started it. I was like, excuse me.
Whispering to the Mother of Sighs. That's really an interesting. I've never heard of the Mother of Sighs. I don't know if that's a real character or if
Raise your hands to the mother of sighs.
I don't know. Like, but that's a really interesting.
Can I just Google it?
Term.
I know we
Mother
don't do
of
that.
Sighs. That's a really, really interesting term.
Mater Superium, or the Mother of Sighs, is one of the three ancient witches or mothers in the Dario Argentine's Three Mothers trilogy. The other two are
Mater Lacrimum, or the Mother of Tears, and Mater Tenebrarum, or the Mother of Darkness.
the three witches have powerful magic that
Okay.
allows them to
So the
manipulate
Mother
world
of
events to
Sighs,
kill anyone.
Tears, and Darkness. So
Okay.
there's three sisters, they're witches, and one of them is called the Mother of Sighs, and there's two other mothers. So this is probably a concept record. We'd probably, if you listen to this record all the way through, you'd probably run into the other two mothers as well.
They can manipulate world events, kill anyone who discovers their whereabouts, and rule the world. Okay, wow. Raise your hands to the Mother of Sighs, okay?
And then he talks about Persephone. Persephone was the girl that was
Isn't that a
kept.
flower?
She was kept underground by Hades, right? She had to
The flower queen. Oh.
She had to live. She had to live underground with
Okay.
Hades, and then the flowers would come up. As basically poor Persephone. She's down there with
Oh,
Hades.
yeah, that's right.
Right.
I forgot about that.
And then she was with the Merovingian in the Matrix. In the Matrix Part 2,
Mm-hmm.
she was also the Merovingian's girlfriend. And he was down in Hades, basically, and she was his girlfriend in Hades. Remember they had that club scene when he had to go...
I remember the club scene.
When they went down into the club or whatever.
But I only remember Trinity and... What's his face?
Remember there was a girl that he kissed? She said she wouldn't give it to him unless he kissed her, and then it was like this big whole thing. Yeah, so her name was Persephone. So they had to go down into the nightclub, which is basically going down into Hades, right? And then, when you find this girl is Persephone, blah. So
I love your mind.
The Matrix.
Do you think everybody got that from? No, not everybody's putting that together. It was just a club scene, right? In part of the story, or do you think everybody was like, "Oh, the underworld, Persephone"?
Her name is Persephone. He's in the underworld. I mean, it seemed pretty
obvious to you. All right.
She's a daughter of Demeter. Yeah.
For Winter's thaw, her coming's just the thing. Well, she hasn't been on time lately. Okay, so they're kind of stuck in a freeze.
Well, remember, these people, it looks like they're in an agrarian culture, and if in an agrarian culture, you're held hostage by the weather. So if you look up, remember in verse 1 was talking about how the threshers, dancers flailed. Mm-hmm. And then we were speculating, okay.
Failed, yeah. It failed.
Well,
you guys,
flail.
Maine.
It says flail, not
Literally,
fail.
we just had a big, giant winter storm. It is April, bro. April. Anyway, I'm just glad that we're not, we can still go to the grocery store and buy our vegetables. We don't have to wait for the winter to thaw.
Yeah, I mean, so it looks like it's a song. It's a song there. The end is drawing ever nigh. Without light, life's easy on the eyes. Without light, life's not easy on the eyes. Take
I like
your
that
leave.
line.
Find us where the shadows meet, and what awaits us on the other side. I think that this is probably like some sort of horrible famine, and this is how we're going to deal with it. We're just going to sing until everybody dies. Is what it looks like.
But it says this is what always confuses me, because it always kind of seems like there's a contradiction. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. The end is ever drawing nigh. Without light, life's not easy on the eyes. So it seems like you need to have some light to make life easier. Find us where the shadows meet. Who waits on the other side? Powers of darkness, end of times, endless night. Power of darkness rise. You just said we need the light to make life good. And now you're saying powers of darkness rise? Raise your hands to the mother of sighs. I don't think so. I don't think I want to raise my hands to her. I don't think that she sounds like a very nice lady.
Yeah, but these are like her foot soldiers and stuff. Shout out to Jalili, Sarush Jalili. Long live the UK!
Let the night come alive. Yeah, I mean, for me, sonically, like, I did kind of get that, like, ghost vibe to it, for sure, like a female ghost vibe. I actually like, for the most part, I've liked a lot of the ghost songs. I guess there was something about this one, maybe it was the style of the vocals, or the slowness, I'm not really sure.
Some of these... It says, Persephone the fire queen, for winter's thaw, her coming's just the thing. Well, she hasn't been on time lately. She hasn't been on time lately. I think the Persephone's flowers are supposed to indicate that spring is on the way.
Spring is here. Winter's gone.
So
winter's holding its
that
grip.
Goes with verse 1.
Yeah.
The wheat harvesters. So this looks like an extended winter, basically,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what created the famine. And now we're all talking about, dying.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's one of the things about ghosts. They did something about I think it was the Black Plague or the bubonic plague or whatever. And I remember thinking to myself, like, this is really nefarious to have these wonderful, little melodies, but you're talking about hailing Satan and all this and that. But then it was like, yeah, what did you think Ring Around the Rosie was, man? Like, when you're in a situation with a giant epidemic like the Black Plague, like the bubonic plague, or... what those poor Ukrainians have to do. The Holodomor, I don't think I'm saying it correctly, where basically the Russians guaranteed the starvation of these people, and so these people watch like thousands and thousands of their kids just die in, the worst way possible. Those Ukrainians. So, there's just, it's just, when you see all this stuff, and you see how, like, those people would have had to come up with some sort of way to lessen the blow. and I could see realistically a bunch of ironic songs that are talking about death or whatever being sung to children, because it's kind of like, all right, we got to get ourselves in the mindset here.
Yeah.
We're probably going to lose one of these kids.
Yep.
One of these kids is probably going to lose us. So we're going to start doing this right now. Life is just a dream. Here we go. Because there's no, in a house of like 8, 9 people, one of us is going to die early, right? Like that would have been the mindset. And so it's interesting, like, when people see like how spooky the, you know, Ring Around the Rosie and all the rest of it is, and it's like, that's a children's song.
Well,
but what are they saying?
they're talking about the death.
Ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
Pocket full of posies, because that covered the stench.
Yeah, like
it is interesting, because that group of people could look at us and think we're the creepy ones, because essentially we take whatever is wrong and we just do this.
right. Right.
So at least they were kind of facing it.
Yeah, they were facing it directly. And that's what I'm saying. And we talked about this earlier. It's like, back in the day, I agree, it was not communicated in the best way, but like walk it off type of thing. But back in the day, like, it was just assumed, like, if you had a problem or an issue or something, like, facing it head on was the way to deal with it. Now it's, if you have a problem, it's society's responsibility to make you feel good so that you can recover. Mm-hmm. But back then it wasn't. I mean, back then people were like, listen, somebody in this household is going to die. And so I could see, all right, we're going to sing this to kids, you know, and we're going to have the kids talk about death and things like that and do it in a nice little circle. And because it's better to look death in the face and sing about it than to be terrified about it and act like it's not going to happen to you.
Yeah. And sometimes knowing, like, some people are more like systematically minded. Like, if you know what is going to happen, then it's a little bit easier as the process takes its course. So if the song shows you, okay, you have an understanding that if somebody gets a ring around a red dot on their skin, that's a sign that they have it. Right. Ring around the rosies, pocket full of posies, then ashes, ashes, we all fall down. So that I from what I understand, the ashes, ashes, that they had to burn the bodies because of the plague. They had to eliminate the plague.
It was a song about the bubonic plague, Jet. It's Ring Around the Rosie, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. I don't know if she even played that as a kid.
Oh, right. And then all us kids would fall onto the ground.
She's like, let's ring around the rosie. So everybody holds hands, and then you kind of go in a circle.
Ring around the rosy,
do a circle and jump.
Full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. And then we'd all collapse onto the ground.
You dropped down.
But we were singing these songs on the regular as kids.
It was just fun.
Had no idea what the song meant. And then eventually you get to a point where, like, you know, like where your friends start showing you stuff. They're like, hey, well, what about this? What about that? Well, they started showing you, like, hey, this is what this song is about. Like, we're singing this, like, whatever.
Right.
But maybe what I was thinking is maybe, like, if you saw the marks showing up on your family members, now you know if Pocket Full of Posies is next, and then Ashes, Ashes is coming. So there is coming a day where we're going to burn that person. So it kind of, like, preps your mind for what's going to be coming. I don't know if that's why they would. I have no idea. It's kind of...
That psychology makes absolute sense.
I mean, if you ever look at the original Disney stories, like, they're dark as fuck. Like for instance, the
Grimm's Brothers tales.
Yeah. Like those stories, they're not like, you know, like Cinderella with, you know, the stepsister trying to shove their feet into the shoes. Like in the original, they friggin' cut their toes off and their blood is dripping out of the shoes so they can fit their foot in there. Like they're like it was the Dark Ages. Oh, I'm gonna hold on that one, but boy, didn't I have something to say. You're making it difficult, Joe. You're making it real difficult. Neil, I don't remember Red Riding Hood, but I'm sure it's
What do you mean?
gruesome.
You didn't remember Little Red Riding Hood?
Well, yeah, but I'm sure that there's a more gruesome version of that one. Probably she gets gobbled up.
I'm gonna do a little segment called Nursery Rhymes for Millennials. I'm gonna read you guys all these nursery stories.
We're gonna explain it to you.
That you guys, it's so crazy to me to watch Jet. Like, what? What is Ring Around the Rosie?
You know what I was thinking? What do you guys think? Like, let me just like jump in here and all of this like seriousness, what do you guys think about if one of the nights during the week, if we did a stream that was like the best of humanity or something, and I put a post up on Patreon, and you can drop links in that post of videos, short ones, you know, like we're talking like a minute or whatever, like a minute or less of just like human beings like being good, like doing stuff that's like encouraging and stuff that kind of like feel good shit. And then we just kind of react to that for a little bit on a certain night, so we get some positivity into our lives. Let me know what you guys think about that. You can let us know in the chat here.
I look at the nursery rhymes as a very positive thing. Because it's like, you have to face it.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. I just, you know.
What?
I'm distracted. I mean, obviously. But yeah, no, I see what you're saying about the nursery rhyme thing. I'm just, like, I just had that.
Well, yeah, no, I would love to react to some positive vibes as well. Seriously.
Yeah,
Deadass.
like the video I showed you last night where people were just, like, helping each other.
Yeah.
Like, I just felt, like, happier. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, it's, you know.
Yeah, I'm with it.
But it would be cool because we don't know what it's going to be, and we get to do an authentic reaction.
What would you give this song?
I mean, I didn't really like it. You know, it was just, you know, I didn't really like it. See, part of the reason that I like Ghost is because musically, I like what they do in the background with the music. So, I don't know. This is probably I'll give this one a 6.8. Okay, you guys, be looking out for that post on Patreon for you to add the links to.
I haven't heard a Ghost song in a long time. So, it seems to me that they've created a little bit of a subgenre. Let's see if there's 2 or 3 other bands that come out with this kind of style. I like those contradictory ideas, though. Because when people talk about like the traditional life and things like that, they're not really talking about tradition. They're talking about a specific snapshot in Americana between the 50s and like the first 2 years of the 60s. Like the little snapshot of the you know, car and the fence and the pet and the 2 kids and the white lady, and she's in an apron and she's got that, you know, whatever that hairstyle is, and the guy comes home at 5:30, you know, and
Goes into the den.
So that's
And
a
then they did her together.
specific post-World War II kind of existence. That little snapshot of time is what these people are talking about as, quote, traditional, right? Like, so like, it's like, one, it's pretty recent. It's pretty approximate. Like, there's still people alive from that time period. And 2, it's like, it only lasted for about 11 years. Like, that kind of America was only around for like literally a decade.
Do you think that had anything to do with them returning from the war? Like, because the systematic nature of the army, the military?
That was the entire point.
And the women trying to create an environment that, you know, the clean, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, the thing that happened was the dudes came back home. They wanted their jobs back. The girls had to go back and work. And then the girls were like, you know what?
Right, Steve, leave it to Beaver.
They did it for about 10 years, and they're like, you know what? Nah.
Let's burn our bras!
Nah.
Oh, man. Maybe that's
the women were like, nah, we're going to work. And of course, all the mostly white male CEOs was like, that's right, girl. Fight for don't let the men tell you what to do.
Yep.
Come work for me.
Yep. And let me tell you what to do.
No, you don't want no man to tell you what to do. Come over here to here where the CEO will tell you what to do. He'll tell you what to wear. He'll tell you when to go to bed, all that stuff. And you're going to
ask him to use the bathroom.
And you are going to obey that man because you're a feminist. All right.
It's your choice, though. It's your choice.
9.4.
6.8.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, if there are still 8 people left in this little thingamajig, that would be great. I'm seeing a 57 count here, but I'm only seeing like 11 likes. So if we don't do something about that by the time the commercial's coming, I don't know what to do.
Benji's birthday is going to get shortened.
Been out.
Sorry, out.